Good morning. So I woke up to do a piss around 3 in the morning and I couldn't get back to sleep. I cried for the first time in a long time. And I got a message from my friend Elf. If you go back to maybe my October videos on YouTube, you'll see Elf. He had a flat tire in a motor alley, and through him I met Panda as well, and lovely guy. Anyway, your money paid for a set of tires on his truck. If you go on the community posts on YouTube, you'll see maybe a few weeks ago we gave him a generator, and yeah, he's a good guy. Elf messaged me. He says, Brandon, my brother died in Kremena. Can you share on your social media about my brother so the whole world knows? Yeah, Elf, no problem. Tomorrow, I'll do a nice post on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. I never knew Elf's brother, 23 years old. So, yeah, I'd love the world to know. My last YouTube video I was supposed to upload was about a man named Tembi Powell. And I made it a premiere, a delayed video. And I was contacted by TV New Zealand. Andrew Bagshaw, who died in Soledar, was from New Zealand. I've been in contact with his family a fair bit since he died and the funeral here in Ukraine. When TV New Zealand asked they want to do an investigative report on Tembi Powell, I went to Andrew's sister. I said, oh my God, this is my YouTube following, 30,000 people, maybe 20,000 will watch it. People very interested in Ukraine. I hope the Kiwis. On the national news network, it's a completely different thing. I told the sister, and I said, this is more than I expected. If you guys want me to stop with this, I will. The mother contacted me and asked me to not post that video or speak to the media. And, she doesn't want anything to affect the memory of Andrew. And that wasn't my first thought when I started to do this. I was on the warpath, clearly demonstrating the proof in a video that took a lot of mental energy of what somebody says and what they actually do, or what they don't do. But, maybe in time, maybe after she buries her son. I didn't think of that. Maybe we can revisit that. But I just want to do the right thing. And sometimes I don't know what the right thing is. Just because I think it's right doesn't mean it's absolute. So this is about my mental health. It's been a while since I've done two mental health videos. I've come to accept, and I feel guilty that I don't do enough here. People call me a hero, you're amazing, because I have social media, and I speak English. I've slept outside in this war twice. Most nights in Ukraine I sleep on a floor, but I sleep under a roof. Elf's brother, that wasn't the case. Those are the heroes. But he's Ukrainian, and that story will never make the news and the world will never hear about it. On my Instagram, I've had 30, 40 unread messages for some time, and as of yesterday I had some time trying to get on top of that, trying to thank people for sharing in their Instagram stories. People writing saying that I'm very compelling. The CBC interview I did recently, a half-hour interview on their YouTube, it's in their top 20, 30 videos of all time, going back 10 years already. The producer said it's trending. She would like, as I would very much like to do an interview with Peter Mansbridge. If you're from Canada, you'll know who he is. That would be a great personal honor. He's retired. They keep saying the word compelling. So maybe that's my biggest contribution to the war, you know. And then Ukrainians are dying. I'm answering those Instagram messages, and sometimes people ask me, what do you need over there? Why are you asking me? I hustle online for radios and generators. Do you think I know we need HIMARS, and apparently there's a better missile system. We'll have that too. But I'm not the person to talk to about that, and probably neither are you. We all have to accept our own powerlessness, but we have to do the best we can if we choose to. And I'm trying to answer all these messages. One man sends me a message, and this bothers me, and I don't hold it against him because he's not the first one. I don't know, he's from Norway or somewhere. Brandon, can you go into Bakhmut and look for this babushka and dedushka? Who are they to you? Well, I talked to this girl online, and her grandparents are there. She's a cop, by the way. Sent me a picture of her. So she talks to you in Norway, but then, oh, well, I know who Brandon is. He goes and rescues babushkas. I said, can you go check on them? What, check on them? Check on them in Bakhmut. What, to make sure they have, they have plenty of hot water? No. That wasn't the message. Can you give them this message in Russian to them, that their granddaughter really wants them to leave? And I get that. One crew couldn't do it. Another crew said they'd take it. But he doesn't really understand what he's asking because he's not here. He doesn't live this. He doesn't smell it. So Elf's brother died. But now what I'm going to tell you, yesterday in Bakhmut, 1 Ukrainian and 3 foreigners were hit by a mortar. 2 of the foreigners are dead. Now, I'm not going to say where they come from. But I know there's people who will hear this and they're going to get on Reddit right away. Who are they? Who are they? Maybe they care. Maybe they're just fucking nosy. A bit of both. And what if I tell you, not last night, but the night before, another foreigner in the army blew his head off in front of another foreigner. Just, you definitely want to be searching for that, the nosy ones. But that was part of my day yesterday. I knew 2 of the people who died. I know quite well the witness to the suicide. And the Ukrainian that was wounded yesterday, I know him quite well. But I'm trying to respond to Instagram messages. See, it's all a little bit hard. It's a bit hard to explain. It's a bit hard to articulate. But what I've done on my Instagram, I've set it in the privacy settings. I will no longer receive a message from anybody who I don't know, who I don't follow. I won't even see it in the requested messages. They just won't come to me anymore. I regretfully do that because on Instagram, about 1 in every 30 or 40 messages is something what I would call actionable for our effort here. Yeah, maybe my social media has been the greatest contribution that I've been able to do for the real heroes of Ukraine. But I can't do that anymore. I will go back to Sweden eventually to handle some personal matters. And I will campaign for Blue Gula Bilen, who sends 4-wheel drives to us, and Ukraine Express, who sends medical supplies and other things that we ask for. Not what people think we should have, what we ask for. Millions and millions of dollars. And I will go speak as a Ukraine veteran That's what people always write on YouTube. As a nurse, as a paramedic, as a human being. That's as a human being. Who is a veteran of the Ukraine war. And I will campaign for them to get more funding. So by that note, St. Javelin on Instagram, the CEO, he's contacted me, sent me his number. Peter Mansbridge in Canada wants to interview me, maybe. Maybe we could do something and I could campaign for St. Javelin as well. And then I can come back to the war. But I have to remove myself a bit. And I'm no better than anyone else. And it bothers me because I'm so damn conscientious. Like, who am I, Joe Rogan, that I can't answer my own messages? But it's wearing me thin. It's wearing me very, very, very thin. I should be studying with my spare time. I've got both trucks here on position now. One that can be a taxi for the hospital, and the other one we can run Kazavac. Because I'm a foreigner, I have 2 trucks. Do you know what I mean? They've got 2 between 20 people. So now we have 4. Like, that's... Yeah, I'm a force multiplier through you guys online. Don't think I'm not grateful at all. You enabled this. Yeah, I'm really struggling, if I'm honest, to do both. But with the longevity, I'm just going to continue to post my content and be honest. I will keep in contact from time to time with the people that I do. But I implore all of you, if you haven't watched the last video I uploaded about International Aid Group, don't contact me when you want to send things to Ukraine. Contact them. They're a German organization that supplies the army, that supplies the hospitals, and I'm the only individual they supply because I send them all the money for the generators. They have 65 people in their organization. They can handle it. But I can't anymore. I can still buy generators. I can still buy radios because that's in my lane. Like my father used to say, stay in your lane. And if I can do the Mansbridge interview or anything, I will use that to campaign for good organizations that help us. Because even you guys online, you wouldn't believe this. A lot of you understand the wider war way better than I do. I'm interested in a road. I'm interested in 10, 15 kilometers. And I know it well. I don't know what's happening in Pisky or Karlivka or Kormahova or Kherson. Not a fucking clue. I know like 10, 20, 30 kilometers of road, and I know it very well. And I can make some cool content sometimes that goes boom, and I can talk about my feelings. And I guess people find that compelling. Thanks a lot. I'm very grateful for all your support. But yeah, 1 suicide, 2 blown up by Russian artillery, and 2 wounded. Yeah, 3 dead foreigners in a day. And 1 Ukrainian that I know his brother quite well. It's time to start thinking more about the Ukrainians.